Hey everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Equality and Rights for All. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke. And before I start my show, I want to let everybody know that um, you might hear a lot of construction going on in the background because of the fact that uh, my neighbor across the hall from me, uh, there's construction going on in her apartment and um, on the rooftop right above her apartment as well. So I want to let everybody know that off the bat. And anyways, I want to let, uh, let everybody know that we have an interesting topic for today's show, in which it is the plan for the ending of the COVID-19 shots. Yes, I know everybody is must be saying, "Oh, what is this?" Because it's been so long that we've been dealing with this stuff, and a lot of businesses and uh, just everybody in general has been really uh, hurt by this pandemic, and it's done a lot of damage. And anyways, yes, the Biden administration is now talking about the plans for the ending of the COVID-19 shots, and I will read to you a portion of an article that this is coming from the Wall Street Journal, which is a highly recognized, um, well respected um, newspaper. So let me read you guys this. Okay. The Biden administration is planning for an end to its practice of paying for COVID 19 shots and treatments, shifting more control of pricing and coverage to the healthcare industry in ways that could generate sales for companies and costs for consumers for years to come. The Department of Health and Human Services plans to hold a planning session on August 30th that will bring together representatives from drug makers, pharmacies, and state health departments with a stake in a COVID-19 treatment industry. Now, shifting payments for COVID-19 drugs and vaccines to the commercial market is expected to take months. Means it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take months. At at the meeting this month, August 30th, officials and company representatives will discuss reimbursement and coverage, regulatory issues, and access to vaccines and treatment for the uninsured. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I've said this in prior episodes a while back that COVID 19 is not going to be a big issue or whatever. Like towards the end of this year, or into the beginning of next year, we're going to get through this. And it's about time that we come back as a society, okay? Because the treatments are out there, the vaccines are out there. People could do home testing. You could take a pill now at home if you happen to catch, COVID-19 or whatever. So there are still treatments, and whatever. And so they're going to discuss, now the ending part to this, and then we can get back together as a society again. You know, mandates will be lifted and stuff like that. But here's why they're saying now it's going to take months because here's the other part to that. Um, I'm just going to talk about for the state of New York. I can't talk about all the other states throughout the United States, but particularly for the state of New York, the records are showing that the only improvements that need to be done for as far as records for um, uh, COVID-19 vaccines is for the really young children. Okay. And then when I say the really, really young, I'm talking about the 0 to 4 year olds and the 5 to 11 year olds, something like that, those two age bracket categories. Um, just to improve those two age bracket categories, bring them up because all the other age categories, all the other ones, right, have been improved tremendously. So the really only ones left are the very, very young, like I just mentioned. And I say personally, like, um, because school's going to be starting soon, so everybody's going to need to get their vaccinations and stuff like that to be able to go back to school, which is the right thing to do. Because growing up, and I'm the youngest out of 5 kids, it was mandatory. You had to get all your shots and everything before you can get, back to school. We all did it, and nobody complained and whatever else. This is what you got to do. This is the rules and regulations, right? So that's just the right thing to do. And then, um, so with that being said, just these two age bracket categories, you got to get the kids vaccinated before they can go back to school. And then, before you know it, I would say like maybe towards like the end of September or into October, you'll see those two age bracket categories go right up because all the other age categories, uh, all the other age bracket categories, all of them have been phenomenal in getting their completed vaccination shots. You know, they've been phenomenal. And so I'm not saying it's going to be 100% for each age category, you know, but, when all the other age categories are in a 88, 80% done, 90% done or whatever, that's fantastic. Fantastic. So these two age bracket categories for the very young, I would say by the end of September, maybe into October, you're going to see those, the vaccinations for those two age categories get much, much, much better and really improve. And we can get back to our normal, ladies and gentlemen. You know, a lot of nonprofit agencies have suffered because of COVID. A lot of businesses in general have suffered because of COVID. A lot of people in general have suffered because of COVID. Now we need to work on the any part to where we get back to a normal of society again. We got to do it. And sometimes you just have to force yourself to get back into it. If you're afraid or whatever, you have to deal with it, get over it. We're getting into the better part of life now, of society, and getting back to a normal. And is it going to go back to a normal of like prior to COVID? More than most likely, no. More than most likely, no. But here's the thing. The good part about this is we're going to come back stronger as a society. We can come back from it. It's probably not going to be mirror image of prior to COVID, but we can still come back strong. Okay, and improvements and stuff like that. And we have to be grateful and contented and satisfied, and just look at all good now, all good, nothing negative anymore. Not so. Not that there's not negativity going on out there, but just we have to all talk about good things now and positive things that we're going to get through this and stuff. We're gonna come back strong again. So that's the way you gotta think. If you're just talking negative all the time, thinking negative all the time, you're gonna draw negative energy around you. But if you talk positive and you think positive, you draw positive energy around you. Okay? So that's my whole point, ladies and gentlemen. And we can do this. We can do this. Okay? So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind all my fans out there about the business that my husband and I have together called AWLDNY. The link to there is awldny.com. You guys can check out all the products on there. And again, all the products that you see on there, we actually make ourselves. And I also wanted to remind all my fans out there about my other business, my other website that I have called Advocate Information Highway. And the link to there is AIHNY.com. Again, that is AIHNY.com. And you guys can check out all the pages on there. On the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the link to my internet store on Zazzle.com, in which I designed a lot of products, and they're up for sale on there. Also, on the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the links to the two books that I wrote. And if you guys follow those links, you guys can check out both of my books, and you guys can also purchase both of my books as well. And so, with that, take care, everybody. Bye.